What's up, guys? It's me, Travis, and I am back today with another mukbang video. And today, right here sitting in front of you guys, is Burger King. So what we got today, we got a Bacon King Whopper sandwich, and then we got some onion rings. So we're gonna actually take this out the bag, take the other napkins, add on to our 1,000 napkins. All the onion rings actually spilled out in the bag, so basically we have to like actually eat them. And then we got some onion ring sauce that Burger King likes to give you. Basically like that. It's some kind of barbecue sauce. Wait, they gave me barbecue. Onion rings don't go with barbecue. I asked for onion ring sauce and they gave me barbecue sauce. Let me try it with barbecue sauce. It actually tastes good with barbecue sauce. Even though I prefer the other sauce that they actually gave, but I guess their way of trying to substitute the sauces without actually telling me, hey, we don't have any of the onion ring sauce. You just substitute it automatically with barbecue sauce. Sometimes I don't like when stores do that because you be so fixed on getting that specific sauce or that specific drink, and then when somebody substitutes it without letting you know, then messes up the whole mood. But we not about to let that mess up our mood. We about to chow down on this cheeseburger. This is a big cheeseburger. Burger King cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers, or whatever, always are bigger than, if you went to McDonald's, their burgers are like medium size. But this one, I feel like it's a big burger. Onion rings, small onion rings and stuff like that. Because, again, this is my first meal, so we gotta eat, Alright, so we still chowing down on these onion rings, man. That's the whole point. That when you're hungry, you tend to eat a little fast. And of course, we got our OJ right here, our orange juice. Got a little bit of barbecue sauce on there. But, I never thought onion rings would be good with barbecue sauce. Never tried that. And I'm kind of glad that they actually did put barbecue sauce in my bag instead of the other sauce, because the other sauce is good, but doesn't really have that much flavor. And I like for my food to taste good. Alright, so let's put the onion rings to the side. And let's open this burger. Alright. Oh, wow. So, we got a double bacon cheeseburger king. That's what they call it at Burger King. Because you can always be a king there and you can have it your way. Not like that, but you can just buy your burger and then, have it your way with your burger. But anyways, this is the burger right here. Yummy. See the seeds on the top of the burger. We got ketchup, mayonnaise, and I think we got a pickle in here, but we got like a double patty and stuff. We got some bacon right there. Looks delicious though. So we gonna actually bite into this, and we gonna just enjoy it. Yeah, so we actually do got a pickle. Maybe 2 pickles. But it's pretty good. So, little story time. This is what I was thinking about. Because, I spoke upon it the last mukbang that I had. I'm going to speak upon it again a little bit more than what I actually spoke upon it. And that's, that topic is, when I was younger, when I was a little kid, I didn't eat. Now, people tend to confuse that when I said I couldn't eat, that I didn't eat any food at all. I ate food. It was just that being that, I had HIV and I still have HIV. It didn't go away, but I still have it. That I had throat infections where it prevented me from swallowing food. And that's why my doctor decided to put me on a feeding tube because I needed my strength, I needed my energy. And, they wanted to make sure that I stayed well. But, and also when it came to eating food, even though I couldn't swallow the food and it went down in my belly, it will come back up. So everything that came back up, I felt weaker and weaker. And that's when throw up. You do feel weak because you're throwing up all the food that you had in your system, plus you're throwing up the liquids. So you can consume gallons of water and you throw it back up and you're gonna feel weak and dehydrated. So they wanted to make sure that I was well and hydrated, and also people also thought like, okay, you want to feed into that you can't eat food. It wasn't like that. My grandmother could throw down in the kitchen. She cooked some good food, and I miss it. Miss that home cooked meal. Throw down in the kitchen. As you guys seen in the documentary, she doing her thing in the kitchen. But I could eat. It's just that I couldn't consume the food because of the fact every time it went down, it came back up. But now I'm just greedy sometimes. I like food. I could hold down the food. I could swallow the food. I have energy from the food that I eat, which I'm consuming this cheeseburger. And I'm good. But I just had to get on that topic because people out there, some, not all, but some, thought that I couldn't eat because I had a feeding tube. No, I can still eat. Because I have a feeding tube doesn't mean it prevented me from eating. The throat infections prevented me from eating, swallowing, and being sick prevented me from holding down the food and food not agreeing with my belly. And that's with everybody. If your food doesn't agree with your belly, it comes back up. So, I just want to, make it clear with that saying, I was able to eat. I always been able to eat. It was just that the throat infections prevented me from eating, swallowing my food. Every time I swallowed food, it would hurt. And it was painful. It was real painful. So at one point, I could only eat soup with nothing in it. And that's why I ended up on a feeding tube. And when I was on a feeding tube, a lot of people asked me, hey, were you hungry? Being on a feeding tube. Most of the times, no. Didn't have appetite. I had all my nutrients through the milk, through the pump that was pumping in my stomach. And it was annoying being on that pump because I couldn't go outside. I couldn't do what other kids do, was play with their friends, meet people, go to the park, etc., etc. I was always hooked up to this pump. So, and I always had to be careful, but me, little me, I wasn't worrying about that feeding tube. Half of the times it was like, okay, it's in my stomach, okay, but I was gonna be who I wanted to be, and whether I had a feeding tube or not. But those are the one of the struggles that I actually dealt with is like having that feeding tube in my stomach, carrying around that bag with the pump inside it, with the milk pumping into my stomach, connected to me. But one thing I gotta say with that, my grandmother made it easy for me to deal with it because of the fact I had to carry a bag around with a pump of milk pumping into my stomach at the same time while I'm trying to play in the park and stuff like that. So, well, those were some of the struggles that I had to go through. Having a throat infection, having a feeding tube, and being sick, not being able to do the things that kids do, which is play with their friends, go outside, chit chat, etc., etc. I smell my juice on me. Where's my barbecue sauce? Oh, thought somebody took it. Funny part, barbecue sauce actually does come in clutch. I ain't gonna lie. Sure. I'm just glad that I'm able to eat. And I thank God all the time that I am able to eat, that I am alive, talking to you guys. And I know I say this pretty much in every video, but I am grateful to be alive. I am blessed to be alive. I am blessed to be healthy and be able to eat and pretty much sort of be a fat boy, but not be a fat boy. But yeah, and enjoy like different foods, different types of foods. This is a pretty good cheeseburger right now. Like I said, this is my first meal. And trust me, this food is good right now. Go. This sandwich hit the spot. But anyways, how is everybody's day going? And also, how's everybody holiday coming along and going? Christmas is in 2 weeks now. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, how's everybody's holiday going? Is everybody excited for the new year to come in? 2026 is in, I think it's like 3 weeks. Y'all excited? What's your New Year's resolution? If y'all do have one. Me, particularly, keep on doing what I gotta do. Trying to live life. And making things happen, Bigger and better things, That's what I'm looking forward to. Man, New Year's is right around the corner, man. Boy, oh boy, time flies. It's good to talk to, you guys out there. And, hear y'all feedbacks, your suggestions of, new videos or suggestions of different kind of things in life, or like, just you guys being there and, being supportive. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. This is good. Think I'm eating a little bit too fast. Let me slow down. The food not going nowhere. That's why I always tell people. I'm like, slow down. The food not going nowhere. They look at me like, be quiet. I'll eat fast if I want to. Like, okay. But yeah, I'm a jokester sometimes. That's my thing is being a jokester sometimes. You gotta live life, man. Life is too darn short to be all stuck up and not enjoying life. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh man. That's a problem. People are too serious sometimes. Me? I'm just enjoying life every second, every minute, every day, every month. Every time I get to wake up and be able to do the things that I like to do and love to do and see the people I like to be around and love each and every day, that's a blessing. Also, to make videos for you guys, that is a blessing. Thanks for watching, guys, and tune in for more from me, myself, Trav. Also, please like, comment, and also subscribe. You know what I like to say at the end is deuces. I'll catch you guys later in another video, alrighty? Peace.